So throughout today's show, Justin, we've been talking about the water energy nexus. We've showed some different new products out there that can help structurally. We talked about habitually, changing our habits on water usage, really different ways to save the energy that's associated with using water, in addition to saving the water itself. Now, when I think about a house, one of the biggest areas of concern has to be the old toilets.
Well, the toilets are going to be about 33-35% of the actual usage in a home today.
Wow.
So they're a pretty good sized user. And this happens to be a toilet that's from 1998. It's rated at 1.6. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure it with this device. What it is, it's called a flush meter. And what this is, at the bottom, there is a turbine in here. And this donut, we air that up, and it blocks the trapway. All the water is forced through our meter. And we put it down in like this. We air it up. And we flush it. We hold that water back, and as that water exits the bowl through our meter, it's actually counting. There's our 1.6. That's what this toilet is rated at, and we're still climbing.
Wow, it's up to 2.1, and it looks like it's stopping. So you said this is a 1.6 gallon per flush toilet. In reality, it's 2.1. That's about 30% more. You're wasting a lot of water with every flush, and if you extrapolate that out over the lifetime of that toilet, boy, there's a lot of energy wastage.
That's correct. We are definitely using more water than this toilet was rated to use.
Okay, how do you remedy a problem like this?
Well, what we're going to do in this case, we're going to remove this fixture, and we're going to put in a new ultra-high efficiency toilet, a UHET, and this new one is going to be a 1 gallon flush toilet. So we're going to test that new toilet with this device to confirm or prove what it's actually using.
So has your experience been that this isn't all that uncommon?
That's correct. What we're finding is that many of these fixtures that were rated at 1.6 are flushing more than what the manufacturer's claims were. Well, and with this device, we're able to prove that.
Well, I'm happy to know there's a remedy to it. You're a professional plumber. How long is it going to take you to swap out the toilets?
Not too long. We'll have it taken care of here shortly.
Okay, well, I'll let you get at it, and we'll pick it up when it's done.
And there you go, a gallon.
Wow. So the toilet that you replaced, it said it was 1.6. We tested it. It was over 2. This is at a gallon or less per flush. So we're saving 50%. Think of that, a milk carton of water every time you use your toilet just by putting it with an ultra-high efficiency model. That's incredible to me.
It is, and not only are we going to have that consistent flush, we're going to have good performance with this product as well.
That was going to be my next question, is how does it perform? It does a good job at removing all the material?
Well, let me show you. Let's take the lid off the tank and show you what's inside. And what we have, this is a pressure vessel made by Sloan. This is called the FlushMate 4. You can see right here it's rated for 1 gallon per flush. And we have a cutaway of that pressure vessel. And it's hydropneumatics. And how it works is when the tank is filling, the water comes in the supply and it starts to fill, and the water pressure in here fills this tank, and the air that's in the tank is compressed at the top. And the stored energy in that compressed air is what gives us our performance, that powerful flush.
Wow, how simple in design. I can't believe they didn't think of it sooner. That is awesome. And that amount of compression is enough to flush so that you're only using 1 gallon or less, and it does a good job at the performance of removing the material?
That's correct, and that performance is consistent, and we get that benefit of 1 gallon per flush.
Sure, saving energy, conserving water. Are these retrofittable? I mean, can I use one of these in my existing toilet?
It's a great question. Unfortunately not. The toilet manufacturers buy this vessel and they build their toilet around it, so it's not something that you can buy off the shelf or retail and retrofit an existing toilet tank.
Well, you know, that makes sense to me now that I think of it, because even with flapper valves, there are specific flapper valves for each toilet out there. So a lot of parts aren't interchangeable. Great example of why I want to work with a knowledgeable professional plumber so that you can get the latest, greatest, and most effective, best performing units out there. So how much is something like this? I mean, this particular unit, what would be the retail cost?
Well, this 1 gallon ultra high efficiency toilet retails for about $530.
Well, that's not bad. You know, I thought it would be a little bit more. And if you think of the water conservation, the energy savings, I got to believe over the life of this product, it doesn't take too long to pay that price back.
That's correct. Not only that, it'll guarantee performance. So we have a good, consistent flush. We've proved the volume of flush that this toilet's going to use each time, and we're going to get that conservation out of it.
You're installing quite a few of these?
Yes, we are. And customers that are having problems with toilets that are clogging, where they're having to pull that plunger out on a periodic basis or several times a week, that customer is ready for this product, and they're so happy with the performance, they typically have us come back and do the rest of the toilets in the house.
And by looks alone, it's very stylish, fits into virtually any decor. You know, Justin, throughout today's show, it's been great learning more about the Water Energy Nexus. I'm sure it's opened the eyes of the viewer, and it just goes to show that if we all do our part, no matter how small it is, we can save a lot by doing a little. Thanks for coming on today's show.
It's been my pleasure, Steve.